Hello.
Or good morning, because when you watch it, it will be morning.
Maybe, depending on when you watch it.
Depending on when you watch it.
It's very dark here, though, suddenly.
Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast.
Hello, everybody.
It is Monday, the 29th of November.
It's good you have that written down because...
I know. I had a moment where I was like, what's the date today?
No idea.
I don't know. And just like that, November is gone. Because by the time this posts, it will be December.
Yeah. It's been crazy. It's crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is so strange how some months, I mean, they all seem to go by fast ultimately, but they do, I don't know, some of them are like super fast.
I feel like November, we blinked, and now it's over.
Right. I mean, I feel like we were at Rhinebeck yesterday, and it's really been 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
anyway,
this is a podcast about yarn and knitting and sometimes crocheting and fiber and other random things about Vermont.
Yeah.
And we're here podcasting at our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont. And you can find the store out on all social media as Must Love Yarn. And we have an online store, so all the things that we're going to talk about today you can find in the online store. We have a bricks and mortar store, and we have all kinds of fun social media stuff.
We do, and our bricks and mortar store is chock-a-block full. I mean, it's really, we have so much great stuff.
So much cool stuff right now.
It's just,
all stocked up for the holidays.
Yeah.
So, and I'm Angela.
I'm Jen.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid. And
you can find me on Ravelry as J Arbuckle and Instagram as Jennifer_Arbuckle. I can never remember which one is which. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
That is correct. You got it.
It's just my identity. Like, who else needs it?
So, we usually have podcast mascots.
Are they resting?
They are resting. I don't even have them with me because they're in a different basket.
Mm-hmm.
They're at home, hanging out.
Taking a sun bath.
Taking a something.
Maybe not a sun bath, but it was very, very sunny today. It was really beautiful today, actually. Yeah.
Maybe a sled run. I don't know.
I think they're reclining after the sled run with a beverage.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I just knit that incorrectly.
Oh.
Good. That's good. Mohair will be fun to rip out.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to knit, but then I stopped. Now I'm just using it as a hand
warmer.
warmer.
I'm just going to leave that row right there, and I'm just going to continue on.
Rebel.
I know,
Rebel,
right?
you.
I am. There we go.
Does it matter?
No, it's not going to matter.
Okay.
So I'm not going to rip it out because mohair is a nightmare to rip out.
Yes, true.
Ridiculous. So, anyway, moving along.
New design element in the hat.
Totally. Gonna own it.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna fix it. Just gonna power through.
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah. So what you wearing? Because it is knit weather here.
It is. I am wearing a poncho that I made out of a sweater pattern. So, the Once Again sweater, the pattern is by Deborah Gerhardt. So the pattern had this cool, there's little mini cables between these little medallions, my tension, no matter what, because of the cables, the tension was hard to keep really flat. But I kind of like the fact that all the color bubbles.
They pop out.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
It is fun. So I knew that I was going to turn it into a poncho. So I made the yoke, and then I just sort of made up the rest of it. So it's got little arm slits, and then I did a little stripe of color around the bottom. It's sort of straight, but it's super cozy because it's dye gilpin lamb's wool.
Yeah.
This part, and then this is a Malabrigo. Something Arroyo. I have it right here because I'm looking at my project page because there is a project page for this one. Yes, I don't remember. Oh, Piedras is the color, the Malabrigo color.
Nice.
Yeah, and this is, I think, Storm Petrol or something like that for the Dye-Gilpin. But
Nice,
anyway,
those are fun colors.
yeah,
together.
it's just so cozy. And it looks kind of dark here, but it's like a lovely
It's a
tealish greeny.
great green.
Yes, one of
Beautiful
my favorite
green.
colors. Yeah,
Gorgeous
very Thanksgiving-y
green.
also somehow.
Yes. Fall. Festive
Yes,
fall.
that's right.
So I busted out my On the Spice Market shawl, which I wear quite a bit.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Thank you. It's the yarn I used for it is Gail's Art, and I know you can't get it anymore because she's not doing yarn. So.
Right.
But
yeah.
you could do this with like one of like the mini skein kit packs, and a skein or two of a solid color. There's tons of different options. It's all fingering weight yarn.
Yeah.
Super fun pattern. I mean, we have some great mini skein packs from like Wonderland yarns in the shop. The one that Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks did, the rainbow one, you could use it for something like this as well.
Yeah, and then we have some minis that we picked up from Fiber Stash this weekend as well. So we have some of her stuff in the store.
I feel like you need a little bit more yarn than like a true
Those are mini. Those are small, those minis from her. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
more like a 50 gram instead of a 25 or 20
maybe
gram.
like a 25. Let me look.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm totally not prepared to be talking about this, let me go find it, and then I can tell you, because I feel like the mini skeins that I had were slightly bigger.
It looks like it because there's quite a bit in that section with the dark, where the big bands of color are. Although I don't know.
It's a little deceptive.
Yeah, because there was a shawl that I was working on that's, in a bag at home somewhere, not finished, the True Colors one.
Yeah.
And that is similar, where it's like a one main color and then 10 different colors. And I was like, how is this going to work? But I think they were 20 or 25 gram minis.
So this one was a gradient kit. It was 6 skein. No, it was still Gil's Art.
Both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. It was 6 skeins and 900 yards. So that's like 150 yards per skein? So it's like a 25-ish gram skein. Yeah. So a little bigger than a traditional mini.
Yeah.
But you could use, 50 gram skeins or leftovers, or, grab a gradient kit of some sort.
Yeah.
So it did. I did have leftovers though. So
20 grams are probably fine then.
I don't want to say yes, because if I say yes, then it won't work.
Someone's gonna have a different gauge, and
yeah,
you're a tight knitter, and I don't know.
Yeah.
All those things. So
a 25 gram skein should be sufficient, but proceed with caution.
Right.
So the color work was, the different colors were 900 yards worth of yarn. So
very pretty.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun shawl.
Yeah. That's on my list, or it was for a long time. It's, buried in the queue.
Yeah.
But, as you have now come to understand that I've been on the podcast for a little while, that queue just sort of sits there. It doesn't ever get diminished, because I just keep adding other things without going back. And every now and then, I was actually looking for a pattern the other day, and I was sort of paging through there. I was like, oh, I love that pattern. Oh, I wanted to make that. And I started thinking, oh, I should make it. But I was on a mission for something else, which is new. So those are staying in the queue, and I'm adding something to the project pile.
Meanwhile, I can't decide what sweater I want to cast on, so I'm still knitting hats.
You picked out stuff this weekend, didn't you?
Yes, I will talk about that.
Yeah,
that was
not that you don't have other indigo dyed yarn.
I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
I was pretty restrained, actually. Yeah, but you weren't. Well,
no,
maybe I missed something. I had to leave early on Saturday.
Yeah, no, there's the yarn I bought does the wrong size for the pattern that I was going to use.
You're kidding.
No, the pattern that I was going to use it for calls for a DK weight, and that's all worsted weight.
Oh, you can fix that. We'll figure it out. You know me.
Can.
I can use whatever yarn I want.
But
it will be easier because it's worsted weight, so it's a little heavier. So you just need to pick a smaller size.
I was going to already knit the smallest size.
Oh.
Because it's like a poncho-y kind of thing. So, anyway, I was
Okay.
I
We may not solve that here.
I was having some challenges this
but you
weekend.
know, I think that we can solve it.
Across the board. Some of it involved our computer system, to which I am still on my streak of legendarily messing stuff up.
I'm not 100% sure it was you, because it seems
No,
what actually happened. It doesn't make any sense. What actually happened?
I'm pretty sure it was me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna own it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm willing to let it, be a cloud thing.
I'm pretty sure I was logged in on your account, but it was me.
Well, I had logged in first thing, so whoever was using the computer, that's the only reason. I know it wasn't me, because I looked up a pattern and that was it, or something.
It was me.
I know, but I don't. But what I was going to say is, I mean, we haven't really figured it out. But
No,
anyway.
I did the thing that they were like, did this thing happen? And I was like,
Oh,
yep.
okay. Well, in that case,
Yes, it was me.
it's kind of a thing,
We basically have to rebarcode everything in our system,
except for the things
except for some things.
that are somewhat randomly, so we
I
don't really know which.
managed to tell our system to generate new barcodes for like all of our inventory.
Oh, you know what I think we forgot? We're definitely going to have to go get this to show it to people. West Yorkshire.
Oh yeah,
But anyway,
we'll
do that.
we can tell them,
Yeah.
and I think I put it on social media too. So yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to show them. So we'll just grab those at one point. And so
Anyway.
luckily our staff has not quit over this barcode issue. Because there's a lot of inventory in the store, as we mentioned previously. So it's a bit of a thing, but it's fine.
I mean, it's not like I destroyed our entire inventory list.
We were able to sell yarn, which was the important thing, as always. And it did revolve a little bit more searching, but that's okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's just yarn. And I'm not allowed to play in the system anymore.
Yes, I do think there might be some restrictions. Right. Yeah. And the most annoying and the hard thing about it all is that you were just trying to help, and so, and get stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And Ariana will now be like, I will send you to the bank, and I will do all the inputting.
That will teach me to be helpful, and forevermore, I can now be like, you don't want me doing anything with that inventory system.
Right.
Peace out. Somebody else take care of it.
Right. Here's a piece of paper and a pencil. That's all you're allowed to have.
Remember what happened the last time.
Right.
Which is really weird because I do so many other things.
I know.
That back-end system,
I know. That's why I feel like it's not you. That's why I really thought that it was some
No,
weird
I'm pretty
glitchy
sure
thing.
it's me. The inventory system is the one piece that I do not spend hardly any time in because I don't have any reason to be.
I'm very upfront that I know how to do nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, that's not completely true, but there's a few things. For me, it's a little bit like changing the oil in my car. I don't really want to know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to, if someone teaches me, and I've learned 1,200 times how to do barcodes, but I forget because, 8 months goes by before I have to do it again. And, there's like it's a very simple thing, but it's like this step, that step, that step.
And don't touch this other button, which is what I did.
Unfortunately, computer screens come with lots of buttons now, so it's,
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So,
anyway,
there's
enough about that.
Yeah. I'm going to be getting mileage out of that forever. But anyway, so that's what we're wearing.
Yes.
And what are our mannequins wearing today?
Oh.
Yeah. So we got some exciting stuff. So our mannequin number 1 is wearing, and I'm not turning around because we're going to put pictures in.
Yeah.
As suggestion from one of our viewers, thank you, that they're hard to see. And so we're going to try something else, see if it works. So mannequin number 1 is wearing the Blipster cowl by Jen. This is one of Jen's patterns for the Seasons of Vermont boxes. And it's a really great little cowl. And it uses Woolens and Nosh yarn. So we've been doing a lot of talking about Woolens and Nosh and all of her fantastic stuff. And we restocked with her.
We sure did.
When she was here this weekend. So if you like the looks of this cowl and you just don't want to knit socks or hat or something, we have. So I had these divided. Jen's
Oh, I'm
showing
sorry.
you.
Am I doing
Nope.
something wrong?
Jen's showing you our holiday colorway collection.
Trying to.
So
I don't have enough hands.
Yep. So these are all of her holiday colors.
Yeah, this one is called Winter Mint.
Yep.
This one is
Cookie
Cookie
Swap.
Swap. Always a favorite. This one is Christmas at Orchard House, which is really lovely.
Nice pink.
Yeah, and then
Mr.
this one
Fezziwig.
is Mr. Fezziwig.
Fezziwig.
Yeah. And so the cowl, right, so it's very simple. It looks a little bit complicated, but it's not. And so you just use the mini to do these little tiny short row blips. And I'm such an original namer. That's why it's called the Blipster Cowl.
So, and if none of her holiday colorways did it for you, though most of those you could wear outside of the holiday season, but they are gorgeous. We restocked. So we have
So just a small sampling.
yeah, no, I brought all the colors over.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah.
good.
So we have this All My Love yarn, which is the yarn that the actual cowl sample is made out of. So we have a few skeins of this floating around still. Should probably put my pen cap on so I don't write purple on some of this. We have beautiful lovebirds. So for, the purple, pink, gray, teal lovers. Also could be used for that cowl. We have Swizzle.
Which actually, in the pattern, there's two, because I did two. One I did out of Swizzle, but I used dark gray instead of orange. And then the other one I did out of the All My Love, which was the special yarn for that box.
So you'll see the Swizzle knit up on the pattern project
I wear this every
page.
morning when I'm going for my walk, layered over my other 1,200 hand knits.
We have pressed flowers. So again, this is like a pink purple. This is actually really like a purpley color.
It's nice. It's kind of a little bit more neutral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very,
especially paired with that mini.
Very lovely. We have April Showers.
I love that one.
Which is a gorgeous multicolor, super bright, really fun. I may have some of this in like a DK weight. This is all sock weight yarn that we have here. We also have By the Lake. This one doesn't have a label, but this is By the Lake. So again, just a really fun kind of summery colors.
They look familiar.
It looks familiar because that's it knit up in a hat. This stuff also makes great hats. Because again, fun color work and does striping. You can also knit socks or mittens or all kinds of things. Sock arms. So we have all of those options in sock yarn. We have a special colorway that Michelle has done for us, our Must Love colorway. So we have it both in like a sport weight and in a fingering weight with the mini. And that beautiful teal mini. So amazing.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. So this is our special store colorway that she put together for us. And if sock yarn's not your jam, we got a little bit of DK weight.
And that cowl could easily be knit in just about any weight, to be honest with you. You might have to adjust things a little bit, but
So we have Softly Falling Snow, which is gorgeous. I've actually knit hats out of this.
They look very familiar because this is the colorway that I bought at Rhinebeck to make my sock arm sweater. I haven't done figured out the rest of the sweater, but I figured out the arms.
Yeah, right? And we have Kitten Heels, which is also super gorgeous. And then, we have some just solid color tonals to go with. So you can pair them for socks or for hat brims or just has some nice colors. So it's a black and a dark green and a dark blue. And they are meant to go with these guys. But you could use them for whatever.
Yeah, they'd be complementary to a lot of these, actually.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So that's our Woolens and Nosh restock.
Craziness.
Ton of yarn. It's all available up on the website. So if you'd love to get your hands on some of this, come check it out.
Yeah.
And buy some of her yumminess. Oh, there goes our light.
Where's the leg?
Well, it's right here, but I think we have discovered that it doesn't work.
It does work.
Not long enough.
You have to stand up, though. That's the downside.
To do it.
Yes.
I know. I'm going to go run and get the
Okay.
yarn while I'm up.
All right. And even though we're going to do a picture while she's doing that, I will get the cowl and just hold it up for folks to see. So it's a slight A-line, and it's got these little blips of color in it. Super fun.
Oh, yeah.
I figured, what the heck, I'll just do a little banner while you're
There we go. Since we're just all over the place today. I'm back!
Stand, lady, stand.
Our West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas yarn is in.
It sure is. 3 beautiful colors.
This one has sparkles, and this one has sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
And they are so gorgeous.
Fairy Lights, Silent Night, and Hollyberry are the 3 that we have this year. And we have a lot, so
A ton.
a lot of people are looking for it. So
Come buy it.
Yes.
We have so much, and I think we have more coming because we
have a lot.
might have had a ordering
Double up.
amnesia.
But we always run out, so this year we probably will not. But anyway, if you're
right.
interested in knitting some socks or gifting someone some great yarn for socks,
Exactly.
this or that.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah, lots of
Totally.
choices.
Super
Yeah.
good. All right, so now that we're done talking about what mannequin number 1 is wearing,
Right.
we can move on to mannequin number 2.
Yeah.
And so mannequin number 2 is wearing the Willapund vest. So hang on, there's going to be a picture in right now while we're talking about it for a little bit. And this is, Kelly was working on this. This is a kit that Tammy from Wing and a Prayer Farm has put together.
Yeah, we have 3 in the store, 3 kits. As well, we did restock on her yarn as well. So it's the Vermont flock yarn, but it's everything you will need. And I think they're all in the same colors that Kelly was using. You may remember seeing Kelly, because I think she had that on one of the podcasts that we did with her recently. And so the pattern is by Gudrun Johnston. And so we have the kits. And obviously Angela put a nice picture. It's a really beautiful, beautiful
it's gorgeous.
vest.
Yeah.
Super fun Fair Isle
Yeah,
pattern.
nice color work and with steeks.
Yeah, everything's steeked, right? All the things. The arms and the neck, I think it's all steeked.
It's
Yeah.
all steeked.
So you knit the whole thing in the round until you get up there, and then you take it apart.
I know the arms are for
I'm pretty sure
steeked.
the
Neck is steeked
I
too.
feel like yes, because it's shaped.
Mm.
I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The arms for sure, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, and we did while we're there, we did restock on Tammy's yarn as well, so we have quite a few things, and so that'll be going into the. We added some colors. We were down to just a few neutrals, and so while we were here,
Nice.
I just sort of grabbed armfuls of of all the colors in various weights. Although she has a new bulky weight, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and
Nice.
I don't think I grabbed much of that. I think I stuck with the ones that
smaller
we've
stuff.
had. Yeah, a mixture of DK and worsted and fingering weight.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's been doing a lot of beautiful colorways lately, and so
Yeah.
I sort of added those to the
Excellent.
contingent that we already had.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of briefly showed one of my FOs,
Mm-hmm.
which is a sockhead hat,
So cool. It's beautiful.
knit out of By the Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not use all. I think I have. Is this skein still in here? Yeah, it's still. Hi, needles everywhere. I'm a mess. So I still have maybe
That's pretty good, actually. Quite a bit.
quarter
Yeah.
ish or so of the skein left. This is a slouchy. I did knit it to the pattern, so it did make it. It's it's kind of hanging out slouchy. Lots of brim,
Yeah.
so you can make it
Yeah.
super slouchy as you want
really
or
cute.
not. I think it's gonna be another teacher gift.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You must have like 4,000 teachers.
well, two teachers, at least one aide in one of the classes, after school teachers, like, yeah.
At the beginning of the year, the teachers are probably like, no, I want her. No, I want her. No, I want her.
Those kids, their mom gives cool stuff, Yeah.
Exactly right.
I know. Well, and they tend to have the same teacher for 2 years. So I know one of William's teachers got a hat, and then the next year got like matching mittens, and so it was like kind of cool. She also, her mom was a knitter, so she like
she appreciates it. She's
like,
very knit worthy.
Yeah.
I have 0 finished. Well, I have 1, but I'm going to save that for the Seasons of Vermont.
So I'll keep talking.
Yeah.
So I finished the gift stock. So this is again another teacher.
Yeah, they look great.
Gift. Yes, they intended to have mismatched heels, toes, and cuffs. The teacher that they're going for, it totally works. And my kids had 100% input into this, so they would know.
It's so funny to see, like, the colors look really, the stripes are exactly the same, but they look different because of where the colors. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. The stripes are actually the same.
No, but they're,
match. Oh, yeah.
No, but they're like, I mean, it's the same group of colors, and the colors just look different.
They look different, depending on which color it's next to.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Colors are so cool.
So, this is the compromise for hand knit socks. I used a sock tube, and it had already been cranked.
It's completely fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Close enough. And then, again, I have just another random hat that I was finishing. This
that's cute. It's little hearts. I've seen that one before.
Heart of Hearts hat. I think this is the second one I've made of this. I think I've showed this before. But this yarn, this white yarn, is actually, it's UV yarn. So if you take it out into the sun, it will change color.
Oh, I was thinking that if the lights went off again, we could hold it up and it would be
No, it's UV sensitive and reactive.
Oh.
So it'll turn, I can't remember if this is the purple one or the pink one.
Oh.
But it will turn one of those colors in the sun.
This won't work.
No, it has to have UV. Yeah.
I thought that would be fun if it started changing color.
It's not hypercolor either. It has to be in the sun.
It's a cute little hat.
But yeah, so I don't know if this might be for a gift or I think maybe when my child discovers that the hearts change color, it may get absconded with.
Yes,
but
perhaps.
Just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I need to take it outside and show her. So anyway, those are my 3 kind of sad finished objects.
Not sad. They're all beautiful. Why are they sad?
I don't know, because it's been like 2 weeks and I have like 2 hats and a pair of socks.
Are we talking about finished objects over here? We are not talking about finished objects over here. It's been the same amount of time. So I think you should just be excited that you have some.
I finished a quilt too, so but I don't even have that with me because it's already out the door.
No, did you take a picture?
I did. I can put a picture in.
Yeah, put a picture in. Should we put a sign that says quilt right here so you can find it later on?
Listen back to the playback.
After you showed the hats, that's when you put the picture of the quilt in, right?
Yeah,
here.
I don't have a picture of it totally. I have a picture of the quilt top when I was laying it out.
That's the part we want to see.
Put that in.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Something different.
Yeah.
I do play with fabric every once in a while.
Yeah.
More so now that I have a craft space.
Right.
To do so.
Dungeon or not.
It is a dungeon.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, my kids can still find me down there.
So it's not doing its job.
It's like...
you need a portal.
It's like a magnet.
So that you can go through... I've been reading some books that have some supernatural features in them lately. So that's what you need, Ange, is a portal.
I need a craft portal.
So when you go in, you're just not available.
It takes me to a different dimension.
Right. Right. Or just a different... with just some sort of shimmering thing that prevents others from following you.
That would be delightful, actually.
Oh, right.
So, Jen,
how about some whips?
Got over there, yeah. How about a whip?
I have a sweater where the body is. I'm on the binding, so there's an inch of ribbing at the bottom because it's cropped, and then I just need to do 2 sleeves and a little neckline.
Yay!
So I'm very happy. Again, the colors are maybe not showing, but it's looking.
They show better than what we can see.
Yeah. It's really
it's so
pretty.
Gorgeous.
So yeah, this is a love note minus lace, and it's I've showed it before, but I'm holding 2 things together. So this is Gadifra Sophio alpaca silk blend, and this is Fiber Stash Slayers something.
Slayers, all of them. I think.
Yes. It's a reference that escapes me. Every one of us. Slayers,
Everyone is.
every one of us.
I think it's a Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes. Not my jam, but
Totally my jam.
yep. Can't help you.
I've watched the
Oh, it's a
entire
wool alpaca silk blend. I knew there was something else in there.
Buffy series on Amazon Prime from
Yes.
start to finish.
Right.
And it was awesome.
Here's a better version of the yarn. It's so pretty.
It is so gorgeous, and it's just such that really neutral with these little just pops, hints.
Yeah,
Hints
just
of
barely
color.
hints of like blue and green
Yeah.
and pink, honestly, and a little bit of purple. And we did restock on this, so if you're interested in a beautiful gray neutral, we have it in all of the
lovely.
weights, I think, of Fiber Stash has,
Probably.
probably.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit extra in the fingering because someone was like, I really love this color. Maybe I'll make something for someone else.
We won't talk about how we ended up with like 14 skeins of Great Scott because I still don't know how that happened, but
Right.
a little
Right.
excited at the
Auntie
end.
Jen may make herself a sweater out of this someday.
There you go.
We'll see. But there's a lot of, and with the mohair, it's really, so it's soft and cozy. So anyway, making progress. I actually will be gone. I have a conference at the end of this week in DC, so another one of my participatory knitting conferences.
Nice.
The conference has nothing to do with knitting, but the participants expect me to be knitting.
If you're not, they'd be
So-
very disappointed.
Right, exactly. So it's exciting because I will be sitting for 2 days and I will probably
Nice.
get a fair amount done, and it will just be mindless sleeve knitting, so it'll be
Awesome.
perfect. So 2 weeks from today,
See.
maybe,
We'll see.
we shall see. So that's really been the big focus because I just want to get it done ahead of time so I don't have to
Yeah.
stay up until midnight on Christmas Eve finishing it. So, yeah. And then other than that, I do have the finished objects. We talk about the box next.
Yeah,
Why
let's do
not?
the box.
Going out of
Kind
sequence.
of all out of order.
We
today.
are,
It's
but
fine.
you know what? It's all the same information. It's just, who needs an agenda?
I mean, we kind of have one. We're just really not following it.
Right,
It's cool.
right. So, Seasons of Vermont box.
It's the last one in 2021.
It is, and
It's gorgeous.
Winter Wonderland is the theme. And so the yarn is from Hanson Hart Farm.
Oh my God, that is so beautiful.
Yes. And also, I guess I should say, I don't know how much they're going to cost yet. I haven't done that math yet, but I will, obviously. I think we're going to have 25 of the large size and 5 of the smaller size. And they are hopefully scheduled to release on, I think, the 11th. What is that, Friday? Is that the 11th?
10th.
12th. Nope, wrong month. 10th. Yep. Pending receipt of enamel pins, which
Ew.
are maybe, he always says, oh, I don't know if I can make that date, and then he delivers 3 days early, so fingers crossed. But I think they're going to release then anyway, because if they're not here, they should be here within a day or two, so we should be good to go. So I can't show you those, and I am very excited about them because I really love the little graphic that I
they're
did,
fun.
so
Yeah.
they're kind of fun. And there's kind of a whole theme there with them. So anyway, this is a bulky weight yarn. It is Border Leicester Romney Merino blend, 4 ounces, 125 yards. It is, it's definitely a farm yarn. There's little bits of stuff here and there.
Scratch and things.
Yeah, but it's really soft actually, and I just blocked the cowl, so it's cowl pattern, and it is a Winter Wonderland pattern. So, sort of the hills. It's hard to see the. It's
Nice.
very textury. There's sort of hills, and then there's pine tree cables on each side.
So cool.
Yeah, and it is A-line, so it's just super cozy and and it smells good because I just blocked it last night.
Just washed it. Nice.
So it's
Cool.
just definitely one of those. It doesn't want to lie down because of the neckline there, but it's super cozy.
Nice.
So yeah, gonna be all staticky, but anyway. So it's kind of a fun little pattern. It's easy. It'll be a charted pattern. And now that it's washed and blocked, it's so soft.
Yeah,
it does
that
not feel
yarn,
like doesn't feel like
super-
scratchy at all.
Yeah, softens up.
So that's the pattern. I don't know what the name is going to be. Hill Seeker, maybe. Hill Seeker cowl. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see. I like to name them something that doesn't exist on Ravelry, so we'll have to go see. There's probably 1,200 of those, so maybe, maybe not. We'll see. There'll be a name by Friday. Because I have to draft the pattern, but the chart is done.
Well, or if that doesn't work, maybe Snow Seeker.
Yeah. It's sort of, the hills of Vermont, but we'll see. I'm sure there'll be something. So that is that, and then Joan Fitzhugh has made us these beautiful bags, which are blowing out completely. But if I tilt them just a little bit, maybe you can see the fabric. And obviously I'll post pictures of them, but it's just like the cutest, loveliest winter landscape.
Yeah.
Little ghost trees and little birds.
Little chickadees.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And it's a nice size. It's a size that she doesn't make a lot, so this is sort of a special size for us. But it has its little gusset on the bottom, and a little zipper, and a handle, and a pocket on the inside. It's just white on the inside.
Nice.
So, yeah, lovely.
And she wanted us to share with you, hers are some of the few bags that can actually be washed.
Right.
Because of the types of fabrics and batting that she uses.
Yeah.
So they are washable.
Yeah.
So.
And we had talked a little bit about doing this box, but we didn't really confirm. And then we confirmed, and then she broke her wrist. And so I was like, oh, gosh, are you all right? And she's like, I don't know if I can sew. I was like, yes, but are you all right?
Okay.
We can solve the sewing issue. So as it turns out, she can sew.
Yes.
And she can cut. Yes. And everything worked out. And she is doing really well. We actually obviously saw her on Friday. So
yes.
She's doing well. And she brought some more bags for us
so
as
we
well.
have some of her other lovely bags.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
And a couple different sizes too, like some smaller notion sizes and then some medium and some larger ones. But
yeah.
So then the other bits and pieces that go in the box. So I broke my Vermont only rule because I just wanted to bring these to everybody. So this is a little iridescent needle gauge made by Katrinkles. And so a needle and hook, I should say, because it has needle and hook sizes on it. So, and of course, there's our traditional Must Love yarn color and logo, which you will see if you can't on the screen right now, but it's super fun. So there's that. And then from our friends at Lunaroma, we have like Aroma Mist. It's like a room spray, I guess.
Air freshener.
Air freshener and spiced citrus. So it really smells delicious. Very holiday without being over the top. So that is that. And of course, we'll have some treats, little treats. Yeah. Awesome. So that is that. And that is my one finished object.
Awesome. That's super cool. So those will release on December 10th.
Yeah. At noon, as usual. And you'll see some stuff next week. I'll be posting pictures and little sneak peeks, but you heard it here first, and you will have the first sneak peek because I will not be posting till after that because I probably won't be taking pictures until Sunday when I'm back. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. And while I'm thinking of it, again, off on a little bit of a tangent, but when Catherine from Hands and Heart brought in her yarn yesterday, brought in the yarn for the boxes, she brought in some other things as well, and we have a really great wall of her yarn as well. If you folks haven't seen it, it's really just gorgeous. I know we've talked about it here and there before. And she had a new color that I just wanted to share with people. It is like the most beautiful greeny gray. I can't quite describe it.
Amazing.
It's called conifer, and it is really beautiful. And so we have it in... it's probably like a heavy, like an Aran weight maybe. Oh no, sorry. More like a light worsted or a DK. It's hard. They sort of fall in between sometimes. 250 yards in 4 ounces. And again, it's that same Border Leicester Romney Merino blend. So it is a DK. Sorry, that is her DK. So anyway, lovely. I just thought I would show it. We don't have a lot. We only have 8 or 10 skeins. So if you're interested, check it out. That'll be up on the website by then probably too. I think, do we have her stuff on the
That I'm not sure.
It just occurred to
Some
me
of
we
it
might not. I think we
don't.
do. Ariana, I think, put some of it in.
Did she put some more of it in? It's possible.
Yeah, so we'll check anyway. Or you could just email us, and we would figure out a way to do an order for you.
No, we could do an order that way.
Yeah, it really is. It's so funny. It's so neutral, and then when you get up close, you can just see the color is.
Yeah.
It's sort of could be gray or green or beige even. It's just kind of one of those beautiful.
It's like what color is this?
Yeah, neutral.
Is it blue and green, blue and white, or is it?
Oh, right. Gold or purple.
Gold and purple. And you're like, what?
Right.
And then your brain goes, ugh, and you're like, oh my God, I see both.
Right.
Wow.
Yes.
So, those lights just went off.
Uh-oh.
So it means we're probably
gonna have to do
close
some
to sitting in the dark again.
Gonna have to do some calisthenics.
There we go.
We need the clapper. Where's the clapper?
I know we need a clapper.
So Ange is the one who gets up every time because she is closer to the occupancy sensor, just for the record.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a little bit lazier. I don't mind sitting in the dark.
I just happen to be closer.
That's correct.
Closer. Oh, what has happened here? See, I can't podcast and knit at the same time these days.
You could just hold it in your hands and pretend you're knitting.
Pretend.
I think that's
like
maybe the
very
solution.
bad, like TV knitting.
Right.
You know, where they're
Right.
like the needles are like this or some nonsense where you're like, what? Like, can you at least make it look right?
Right. What are you knitting?
This is another hat because that apparently is the only thing I can knit these days. So this is called the Monday hat. And it is a, let's see, is this happening? So it's a mixture of DK weight yarn and mohair. And the pattern calls for holding mohair in triple.
Oh.
But I have this great bulky mohair.
Right.
That I'm just holding single. Well, I tried holding it double in the first little bit, and I was like, wow, that is really thick, and that is not
what you want.
Not what I want. So I just am holding it single now.
Isn't it fun? It's just so funny because, of course, like all mohair, it's like a strand with like fuzz attached to it.
Yeah, and you would think it would have no substance, but
it does. It definitely does. It's funny.
So these are continue to be leftovers from my Bixby sweater.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Keeps on giving. So this is one of the Providence, Barogo Providence colors, and this is the Artesia, leftover Artesia. So just I'm using up bits and bobs while I try to figure out what I want to knit next. Apparently I'm knitting with only leftover yarn right now.
We know what you're going to knit next.
Oh, the pinions.
Right. We're signing on.
I'm signed up. I gotta just buy my advent calendar yarn.
You have to find it. I thought you said you have to buy it. I was like,
no,
wait, you have it.
No, I have to find it. I'm pretty
sure. So for those of you
that
that have been wondering for the last 2, 3, 4, how long has it been? I don't even know.
At least 2 years, maybe 3.
The Legacy Arts Fiber.
Legacy Fiber Arts advent calendar is going to get used.
Because Sharon from Security
is
demanded it.
A pattern that calls for me to use this yarn.
You knew you were just waiting for the right thing.
I know.
And here we are.
I was. Here we are with a mystery knit along designed by Kat.
A snarky cat.
A snarky cat.
Most importantly.
Yes. That's going to be, I guess, a poncho-like thing.
Yeah.
Using...
I don't even care what it is, honestly.
I
mean, I do.
care.
I'm actually kind of glad it's a poncho and not another very
long scarf.
Large rectangular scarf. But
that's part of the reason why I'm doing it. So it's pinions, like opinions with just no O. So pinions, cowl. The design. It's under the designer Casapinka. It's
who ghostwrites for Sharon from Security.
Yes,
obviously.
Yes. And so that starts December 1st. So.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So I'm going to focus on the sweater, but I'm also going to do that because, it's not like I don't have 1,200 other projects that I really should be working on. But that'll be a super fun thing to knit during December.
I think it's going to be great. Michelle from Woolens and Osh, she and I are doing a little private cowl. She's already been ribbing me on text message about whether I've wound my yarn yet or not. So Michelle...
You heard it here. She has not.
I have not. No, I already told her. I was like, what? No. I will go find the box.
I'm going to go dig through my... so I, of course, have saved all my minis, or the ones I wanted to the side for the sea glass tea, which you may remember.
Yeah.
Is simmering somewhere in my house. But
Are
that's
you
a summer
steal
thing.
them for
No, I'm going to keep those where they are. There's some that were like leftovers, that were pretty big leftovers. I might steal, like, I'll probably steal some.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm just going to go find whatever minis I have left that I didn't use for that. Because I think I don't know that I have 20 or 21 or whatever the magic number is. But I'm going to look.
I may have some other minis.
No, because I think I have enough
You think you have
scraps.
enough? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between other things. And then it's just going to be what it's going to be. Mishmash of colors, which I think will be fine.
Kind of excited.
Yeah. So it's not going to be, for me, it's not going to be, a lovely,
Right. It'll just be
coordinated thing. It'll just be smorgasbord.
Sometimes
Christmas
that'll
smorgasbord.
be fun.
Yeah.
I actually
say that, you know me.
have-
I'll be like, oh, I don't really like orange, but I'm going to force myself to use the colors. You get a package of them and you don't really like that one because it's not really your color, but I'm going to use them all because this is a perfect excuse for that.
I have an Advent kit from Michelle too. Well, it's a Nosh that I was gonna use. Maybe I'll do both.
That's a hat, though, right? That's it. Or you were going to use it as a hat. Sorry, it's
gonna-
not a hat. It's a sock. But
I mean, it's divided for socks. I may still do socks because DK weight. I got the DK weight version.
yeah.
And having some of those heavier socks is not.
Yeah, if I was going to knit socks, which I probably am not, but if I was, I would probably... I've been thinking about doing some DK ones, only because
You can
they'll be
wear them inside
faster.
of boots and stuff. And they're faster and they're warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't...
I think the thing about the pinions, though,
Yeah.
is that... Did you see the schematic? The schematic was issued today,
Oh,
which
I
is like a
haven't had time to
rectangle
look at
with
it.
lines drawn on it. I was like, oh, okay, great.
Okay, then.
Some boxes are bigger, some are smaller.
It's going to be amazing.
So
I cannot wait.
I just thought, so I would think that you probably want to use your advent calendar because, and I think there are 20 or 21.
Yeah, I was talking to Michelle and she was like, it wouldn't work with what the length is because they're specific repeat. You have to use them for like socks or mittens or a hat, something with a smaller
or
circumference.
just accept that they're going to be variegated and not
striped.
not striped. Yeah.
Yeah, so she didn't think that it would work, and hence then we got off on the weeds about how many advent calendars we had that we hadn't used, and we kind of goaded each other into doing this because it's hysterical.
I took my advent calendar apart from a year or two ago, but although there's probably a skein or two left from that, but that one was a mishmash of weights of yarn also, so it wasn't consistent. So,
but I mean,
which
that would work.
I might still do. I might use parts of it here.
I mean, if
because I wouldn't mind it. I like texture, so I wouldn't mind that.
If you haven't seen any of the Sharon from Security stuff, it's hilarious.
Many of you have. Hilarious. I know you have because you've commented on other things before. It's like
meerkats with a real life cat. Mm-hmm. So, and funnier and snarkier.
And this poor kitty who, of course, we both have cats. We love cats. I think of all cats as speaking in that tone. Pretty much. Yeah. Even when they're being very sweet and loving, you just know that they're like, underneath. There's just always a little bit of that underneath. Yeah. So, how dare you move out from underneath me while I'm laying on you in your way? Yes. That's my kitty. He's like all sweet and stretched out along my legs while I'm knitting. And then the minute I try to shift or something, he's like, 2 hours is not enough. Do not move. I need more time here. Okay, great.
Yes, cats are so special.
Ruled by I would say an 8 to 10 pound cat, but he's a little bit larger than that. Let's say a 10 to 12 pound cat.
I think mine fall into 8 to 10 pounds. Yes. They're very fluffy and floofy, so they look much bigger. But
he's a little sleeker, but he's got a little wobbly belly.
So, join us for the pinions.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a loosey-goosey cow with the pinions.
Yes.
Maybe I'll throw one up on the raffle.
Yeah, we should do that. That would be fun. I bet, because I think a lot of our knit group people possibly. Yeah. Yes, they definitely do.
We did have the Sweater Palooza, which closed this weekend, which I haven't closed yet. So
still time.
Still time. Remember, the rule is if the thread's open, you can still post.
Yeah.
And clearly I don't have my act together today to do prizes, so it'll wait for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
When we podcast
it'll be closed by then.
It will be closed.
But maybe not a lot
if I get on
before
top
then.
of it, I'll go close it right now. So then you'll be really confused because you'll be like, it's locked. Like, what is she talking about when this loads on Friday?
I guess we have to leave it open till Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
Or maybe a week and a half.
It'll close at some point soon. So if you haven't posted, post soon so we can hand out prizes.
Right. So I think the last thing I was going to mention is I did buy some yarn from Tammy. I
bought yarn too. I didn't bring any of it with me.
Well, I took it home and then it was in my bag and I was like, what am I going to show tomorrow? Not much. Okay. These things. She has a bulky yarn that she's been doing. Of course, I can't really read these tiny little prints on her tags. Sisters. She's calling it an Aran weight, but it's 125 yards and 4 ounces, so it's, I would call it a bulky, chunky maybe. So it's a blend of Cornrow, Romney, and Wensleydale fleeces from the 4 sisters on her farm. And so it is really soft. And I just, I don't wear a lot of brown. I like brown, but it sometimes washes me out, but like a really super dark brown. So when I saw her come in with this, I was like, yeah, I think so. So I bought 5 skeins of that, and then I bought one of these this green because I just really think
those two together
they're just really nice together. So I think I'm going to do a little color work sweater, and I had 3.5 minutes when things quieted down from 3:55 to 4 yesterday. To look for a pattern, and so I think I'm going to make this rain calling pullover, which has a little bit of color work at the bottom. The pattern is by Teddy Lutzak. I'm excited about it. So it probably won't cast on for a little bit, but it's a cute little. It's sort of cropped, but not completely cropped. It's got little nubs on it. I like bobbles. A little bit of color work. Can't go wrong, really.
Nice.
So I think that will be fun. But I think it will probably maybe be January. I mean, it kind of depends. It depends on Christmas knitting, pinions, and any of those other things that I was working on that have been put aside. This list of simmering, which is funny thing, has Jen's name next to all of them.
You know what's going to happen. I'm going to get yarn out for pinions. I'm going to have the other advent calendar, and then I'm going to cast on like 4 sweaters. Because that's where I'm at. I'm like, can't decide, and then it's gonna.
Meanwhile, I should finish some of the 12 whips that I have in bags on my table.
Don't have like any.
All right, I'm gonna bring some in for you. You can just finish mine.
Just the blanket of calm.
Oh yeah, that's a crochet thing.
Yeah, that's a forever project. Forever and ever project. Mm-hmm. And this hat, I mean, I didn't have anything, because that's what I would do. I'd be like, okay, what can I finish now? I don't really have anything on the needles. I need to have like a cast on party.
Oh my God, seriously?
I know, I don't know what's happening.
I don't even know how many I have. And some of them have been simmering for a long time. They're not even on this list.
I don't know what's going on.
And I want some of these things.
I know.
On this list, so I don't know. But I think this will be quick. Of course, I'm all about the quick sweater.
I bought yarn to make the campsite poncho. Mm-hmm. But that's a DK weight sweater.
We can make it work in worsted. We can make it work.
I'm sure we can. I don't know what was happening. Apparently my brain broke.
Or we can find another one in a worsted weight.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was poking around to see what I could find.
That's a cute pattern, though.
I know. Yeah. So, dilemmas.
So many choices. So little knitting time.
I might have bought some more yarn from Michelle, too.
I wondered. I thought maybe you did.
I did. I bought...
I never even used our Must Love, so I have a DK... one of these guys sitting around that I haven't done anything.
What did I buy?
The right thing.
I bought Sushi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one. The pink and the greens and the black and the white.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I bought not Great Pumpkin.
Fancy Schmancy Pumpkin.
No, not Fancy Schmancy Pumpkin. The other one with the purples. The purple and the orange.
Yeah, Cornucopia. Not Cornucopia.
Not Cornucopia.
She didn't have that, did she?
No. But I bought 2 skeins of it.
That one.
Because I might do a sock arms.
Oh, we could do that at the same time.
We could.
Because, this will be a podcast about things that don't get done.
Is that always what it's been about?
Yes, perhaps. But, it's about starting patterns.
I need to start some things. Yeah. I've yarned for Asti Spumanti for that sweater.
That's one you could just start it.
I know.
Right?
It's a worsted weight
You don't even
sweater.
have to pick a pattern. You picked a pattern and a yarn.
I have
You're
everything.
ready to go.
I need to wind the yarn. That's the holdup
Oh
right now.
my goodness. Well, that's a problem.
Right?
Right.
What? So yeah, Asti Spumanti, that one's already picked out. Like, I have this Fiber Stash worsted weight yarn that
It's beautiful and very wintry, so
beautiful. It
doesn't really need to be.
It needs to be a poncho. I think it.
Yeah,
needs
but
to be a
there's
poncho.
right, and I love ponchos, so there's some cool stuff out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
And and you do want to work on that one. I know you do. So
Because I really love that colorway.
yeah, so you should maybe just find the right
Make a
pattern
priority.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or tonight.
or tonight. Right.
Whatever.
Take as little time as you want. I'm being generous, this week.
I mean, I've also bought like 12 patterns in like the last 2 weeks, and Fold the Cheese. I want to make that one too. Have you seen that hat?
I have. Yeah.
Awesome.
We haven't mentioned the Muscle Bird hat, which everyone in the world is knitting except for us. I'm not a fan.
I missed that one.
It's like this hat that you knit. It's double thickness, and I think you knit it. You just knit the whole thing like a tube, and then you fold the inside into it.
Oh, cool.
And so, and some people are doing them all in one color, and some are doing them like 2 different, like they stop at and so you get
Stripes or
right. The inside could be striped, and the outside could be a solid color or whatever. Yeah,
I have not seen that. I
You're a
probably
hat
should
knitter.
not go looking for that.
right. It's a cool hat. It's one of these one. It's sort of like the sock hat, doubled up, and
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
cute.
I'm into tube knitting, apparently.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. To go check that out.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now I'm getting hungry, and I haven't fallen over yet, so that's a good thing. So far, so good.
Probably time for us to.
I was trying to think. We talked about the pop-up markets that are coming up in the after hours here.
Yep.
Sorry, whatever we call that part at the end. And then we are done with our current series of classes. We are drafting a new list. We actually had a little chit-chat about that this weekend. I guess that's on my list of things to do this week. So I'm hoping in the next week or two, it's probably going to be at least a week before we have those posted. But
I might be teaching.
we're all gonna volunteer. Yeah.
I know. How much fun would that be?
She's not allowed to use a computer, but other than that, she's allowed to do whatever she wants in that class.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, so we picked a sort of good list of stuff.
Yeah.
I think a little bit of the usual intro to knitting, intro to crochet. Kelly's going to teach. She doesn't know that yet. Well, she sort of does.
We volunteered her.
We've talked about it before, but we picked out a few things for her to teach. So we got to work out the details of the timing for that. And Ariana's going to teach some.
Yep.
Pam, I think, is going to teach something.
I'm going to teach something.
Yeah, I think we're all going to do a little bit.
So much fun.
And then this weekend, someone asked about a needle felting class, which we didn't even talk about. And so I think we'll reach out to
Carol.
Or Susie. And see if Susie's still doing it. But Carol, maybe Carol would teach one. Oh, that's a good idea. Brilliant. Yeah. I bet she would.
She might.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Anyway, lots of fun stuff to come,
So
January
much.
through April.
Yeah.
I think we'll have stuff happening, maybe not every single weekend, but pretty
a lot.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sorting through that pile of ideas. I was going to say stuff, but that seemed...
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fun things.
Yeah, and I think other than that, we're going to... I say that like we've got nothing going on. We got stuff going on every single weekend from now until April.
Nothing happening.
Nothing to do here.
Nothing to see here.
We're just
yarn.
starting projects. Nothing will get finished. We'll just keep going. But otherwise, I think we're going to coast to the holidays. And actually, honestly, one of the reasons for doing pinions for me is like a prescribed thing. It's, you know, knit this thing tonight and then knit this thing tomorrow, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of need that kind of knitting through the holidays when there's lots of other stuff going on. So
yeah, I think that's exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be funny. I mean, the pattern,
it will be
just
great.
It's be hilarious.
Right. The pattern is worth the price of admission just for the
Yeah.
commentary
Yeah.
and the follow-up on the Facebook page and on the
Totally.
Instagram post. But
Totally.
yeah. But also, you know, by Christmas, there's a finished object, so we're very close thereafter.
Another poncho. Do we see a theme here? Apparently, I'm knitting all the ponchos.
I'm very fond of a poncho, as you can tell, since I have mine. I think I've knit a couple, because I have that other one, the striped one that I wear a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're perfect. They don't fall off, but they're not hot. You can layer them on, especially this time of year.
Yeah, super good. So.
Especially today, where I had to, you know, go expose my arm in a cold drugstore with like a curtain. You know, it's funny how our sense of privacy has really changed during this COVID pandemic. That's all I have to say. Stripping in front of strangers.
Whatever.
Excuse me while I take my shirt off in the middle of a drugstore. Oh, there we go. If
all
that
right.
not a sign, I don't know what is.
Sign.
All right. It's time to go.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
That's right.
And we'll see you all soon.
Have a good night. Have a good day, whatever you're doing today.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I have turned on the recorder. The recorder button and...
Okay. What am I wearing? I don't know. Let's look that up, shall we? Once again, I'm not fond of the
mobile version of Ravelry.
Oh my goodness, like where is my stuff?
I know. I always end up turning my phone sideways so I can find the extra hidden menu.
Yes, under your face.
Under my face. I know, right? There's probably an easy way to get to it.
And then for some reason maybe it's not in here yet.
No,
what I'm wearing.
Your thing.
Why is it not at the top here? Oh, there it is. Nope. Oh, there it is. Once again, that's what it's called. Once again, sweater, which I turned into poncho land.
Poncho.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so I have that. Oh. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not much over here, but there's some stuff.
There's a little bit over here.
My only finished object was my top secret knitting, which is exciting because I get to share it. But when people see it, they'll be like, really? That's what you've been hiding all this time? This little tiny...
designing takes
You do have to think about it.
You have to think through it and try it out. Because sometimes...
I did knit it most of the way and then take it all out because I had changed something. But, but because it's a simple little project, or now that it's done, it's simple, it wasn't a terrible thing to take it out and have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll just take it out to this part, but then I just kept going.
Oh, right.
Took it all right off, so I could start over. So it was good, but goodness, what have we?
So we had a wild weekend here at the store.
We sure did.
With 3 days of pop-up events. Pop-up vendors, which was really fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
So much fun.
Very happy to get home last night and put my feet up. But other than that, it was great. Yes.
And we have 3 more on the next 3 Sundays. So
we have 4 more then, right?
No, 3 more.
We have 2 on one Sunday.
The 5th. Oh, I meant days, not vendors.
Right. Sorry.
4 more vendors.
3 more Sundays.
3 more Sundays. 5 more vendors.
I've lost track, honestly, of who's coming when.
I
could probably look in my top secret spot on my phone.
We have the next 3 Sundays, so the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th.
So next Sunday, December 5th, Hands and Heart Farm.
Nice.
December 12th is Kingdom Fleece and Fiber and Junction Fiber Mill are both going to be here. We have 5 more vendors. That's
Awesome.
right. And then Sunday, the 19th, we have Bobolink Yarns and Fairy Tale Farm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
5
And
more
remember
vendors.
Hands and Heart Farm. We will have talked about it before we get to this point, now that I think about it.
Yes.
Right. We have some good stuff from her to talk about. Catherine was in yesterday. We had a lovely chat as usual.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
She's the nicest lady ever. Along with, Tammy, who I had a lovely chat with in the morning. It was like farm day yesterday. It was lovely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It is good.
Yes, I would have
It
liked
is.
to chat with her a little longer. I had
It was very quiet. So
my
I think,
two
yeah.
move it alongs with me.
Yeah, plus you came in, and by then, like, suddenly it was very quiet. We had a few visitors before noontime, but not really that many. Luckily, some people she knew came in, so she was hanging out with them for a little bit. And then at noontime, as expected, like,
Right.
people came. And part of that, I just realized I was jiggling the camera when I was waving my hands around. Right. But I'm a hand waver, unfortunately.
I mean, I can move the tripod back so it's not touching the table.
I don't think it is touching, really, is it?
I don't know.
I'll just not bounce around quite so much.
Or you guys are just gonna have to go for a ride.
Yeah. But I know how that feels. I'm not fond of that. But anyway, yeah, so Tammy and I got to hang out, which was great. And she was sort of doing her thing, and I was doing, whatever I was doing. Making ornament kits and doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remembered, my indigo vat, which has been sitting on the porch it was
Mine's in the breezeway.
since I mixed it up in August.
Yeah.
So I was like, so Tammy, what happens if it like freezes and thaws and the lid may not be on it super tight? She's like, it'll be fine. You can just do blah, 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 blah. Here, I'll send you all this stuff. So maybe in, I don't know, January, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be before then, because it's a little bit to do for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And not much free time for yarn store owners on the weekends. So I will, but the good news is all is not lost. I can reconstitute it somehow.
That's good.
I took notes.
That's good to know, because
Yes.
I will need to do the same thing with my vat, which was
Yeah.
not extinguished.
It
I
wasn't
did use
exhausted,
it,
yeah.
but it wasn't exhausted.
Yeah.
So
Yes. And then that'll be good. So it's exciting. So yeah, it was good. We had a good chat. Yeah, and then on Saturday we had Kelly was here with all of her beautiful, beautiful new yarn.
yeah,
So
and
exciting.
some of her hand spun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And our friend Michelle from Woolens and Nosh, which we will also have discussed prior to this point.
Yes.
Just off the screen here.
It's a whole bunch
There's a
of
lot of beautiful things. And Friday, I'm losing track, Fiber Stash.
Fiber Stash and fits you perfectly.
Oh,
Joan
Fits You Perfectly
is
with
here
her
with her
beautiful
beautiful
bags.
bags.
Also to be discussed prior to, not those bags, but this bag.
Yes.
Yes. And Fiber Stash, of course, with her beautiful yarn. So we restocked.
And we have a solid wall of
We sure do. Yeah.
Fiber Stash yarn now. So
In all the colors. Not all, because God knows she has
she
like,
so many colors.
oh my God, it's just so hard to
many
choose.
Amazing colors.
It's unbelievably difficult.
We have a very full wall of Fiber Stash.
We do have a lot.
now.
Yes. Right. And of course, we always have access to her. She's always willing to dye for anybody. So if you have a favorite color you want a sweater quantity of, we can always hook you up.
We can make it happen.
Yeah. She would love that, actually. So
Yeah.
we talked to her a little bit. Maybe we'll make her teach us some dyeing. Maybe we'll have a class next summer.
It would be fun.
We'll see.
Be fun.
It's not sure yet, but we laid some groundwork.
Yes, for a lot of that stuff.
We did.
Yes. Everybody's excited to start getting back together and doing things.
Right, as our numbers continue to rise. But you know what? We're just pretending that's not happening. And if I fall over during this or if I have fallen over prior to this point in the podcast, my right arm is, starting to feel the punch of being boosted today. So we shall see. So far, so good. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens after midnight tonight.
I don't know. My spouse didn't fare too well.
It's so funny. I've heard like completely opposite stories. Like no problem whatsoever. I was on my deathbed for 3 days. It's like there's like I don't know.
There's no middle ground.
Yeah, it's
either you're half dead.
Yeah.
Or you're fine.
Yeah, and I didn't really have a lot. My arm was really sore, but I didn't really have a lot of reaction to my first two. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The second one I felt, but I couldn't feel it. I had a very busy day, very important interview for a project, so I had to muscle through. And it did take some muscling, I will say that. But
yeah,
long drive in the car, so that was awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
But anyway,
we do what we must.
Yeah, so we'll see. I have a very busy week this week, so I may or may not be able to luxuriate and not feeling well tomorrow.
I planned mine accordingly, which is why it's not until a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I needed to have a clear few days on my schedule.
Yeah. I just decided that this was really the right day. So.
Yes. Well.
But I can work from home tomorrow if I have to. So.
Court's kind of crazy. So I don't have that luxury of being able to just be like, I'm just going to take a sick day.
I have 3 meetings tomorrow, but I can just not turn the camera on. And I can let my colleagues be the talkers for once. So we'll see. Perfect. I'm sure I'll be fine. Yeah. We'll see. How
well, and for our, weather report here in Vermont, it has gotten cold.
And snowy. It's so strange, though. When I drove to work this morning in Williston, Ange and I both live south of here. And Ange had more snow than I did. I got like a couple inches and a dusting again last night. And then when I drove into Williston this morning, I was like, wow, there's a lot of snow here, like 6 inches. And of course, I had to go to Stowe on Saturday for a funeral. And so Stowe is in the mountains, and so they had quite a bit of snow up there. Yeah. But yeah, I was just surprised this morning somehow by the amount that was on the road in Williston. The roads weren't great. Yeah. It was kind of funny. But
so localized. But we tend to get more. We're just high enough headed up into the mountains.
What, you're like a mile and a half from my house, maybe 2? I don't even know.
I don't know. But
it's just funny that it's just that elevation shift that makes all the difference.
Yeah. Yep. Because we definitely had enough. My kids were sledding, like having a great time.
I mean, you could have sled if you really wanted to, I guess, but it would have one run and you would have been bare ground underneath it at my house. It was nice snow. It was heavy and so the trees are beautiful. Like they're just
covered in white, like gorgeous.
The beautiful dark pine trees with the white globules of snow on every branch. Lovely. It's really beautiful. And honestly, that drive back to and from Stowe, it was sunny on Saturday, and it was really beautiful. Yeah, I was like wanting to stop and take pictures, but it's the highway, so I took them up here. They're stored in my head.
Forever and ever. Right. So pretty.
Well, I don't know. At least till maybe tomorrow. After that, who knows? It's hard to say.
Hard to say what'll happen.
Yeah, for sure.
What shall happen?
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Should we get started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Before both of us crater, because we're like, I'm so hungry.
I am. I'm not hungry. I've had a tiny bit of a headache all day, which I lied to the CVS people about because I wanted my booster shot. No, I feel fine. Fine. Never better. Fine. Don't tell them.
Fine. Well, sometimes, I get headaches at certain times. Yeah. And I just know.
I very seldom get them anymore since the chiropractor has solved my migraine issue. But so I went from always having them to rarely having them. So it's weird for me. But I think, honestly, I didn't really walk a lot, but I was standing all weekend. Yeah, and so I just feel like it's just the body is like, yo, what are you doing, crazy person?
Hey, you.
Right.
You.
Yeah. So I'm a little, and I haven't really been doing my PT exercises because I fell a couple weeks ago. So anyway, it's been a great couple of weeks.
Just a right mess over here.
We didn't even talk about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was fine.
I'm gonna go move this camera.
Oh, am I wiggling? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Is it? Yeah, it's the tripod is touching.
touching.
It was touching.
Move the food away.
It should be fine now. And also just reset
That's right. Right.
reset the light.
That's right.
So there. Now the bouncing should stop.
All right. I'm sorry.
Yes, the bouncing
There
has
we
stopped.
go.
Yay!
Right. So it was only for this part.
The outtakes.
You will not have seen it at all previously. Oh, golly.
Exactly.
Yes. All right.
We ready?
We are ready. Let's do this thing.
Ready!